Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you a game between Ding Liren and Ling Shilong from 2009 Chinese Championship. So this is the round 3 and these gentlemen are against each other now. Ding Liren won this tournament and Ling Shilong got in the last place, but let's see what happened in the game. Li Shilong is playing with black pieces and Ding Liren with the white pieces, and Ding opens with d4. Shilong goes for knight to f6, c4, g6, knight to c3, and bishop to g7, so King's Indian defense. Knight to f3, Shilong castles, and Ding pushes e4, d6, bishop to e2, developing the pieces, and he has already the open center here, and knights are nicely covering the squares, so it's kind of creating a wall here already in move 6. So Ding goes for early mid control and also has this possibility to castle early. And Shilong goes for e5, excuse me, and castles by Liren. Knight to a6, rook to e1, c6, bishop to e3, captures, and rook to e8. f3, knight to c5, queen to d2, a5, and rook a to d1 also. So Ding is piling up all his pieces in the middle and also piling up the rooks and queen on the other side. And these are the squares that Ding is now constantly controlling. These squares are like doubled up, and also this wall here created. Well, the one pawn is down already, but like you see, he's not much developing in the sides. But okay, let's see what happens. Knight f to d7, bishop to f1, making a room for the other bishop and the queen, and also yes, making a room just for the other pieces. And Shilong already pushes a4. He takes the opportunity to now from this queenside attack, since the middle is so over controlled by Ding. And knight d to e2, queen to b6, queen captures d6, knight captures, and queen to f4. Knight e to c5, and knight to e4. Now controlling these files, and also the queen is now defending the knight here. And queen to a5, attacking the rook here, and also making a room for attack if it's just piling up the a file now. He's trying to push this pawn and maybe create some chances in the queen side. And knight to d6, attacking the bishop here and the rook, forking it, and so one of them has to move. So Shilong moves his rook in f8, and Ding goes queen to h4. Bishop captures b2, so it was the pawn, and knight to d4. Queen to c7, queen to e7, queen to d8, offering a queen trade, and threatening the queen here. And bishop to h6, attacking the rook here. Knight to b6, queen to e5, getting in the safe square now, and threatening mate here in 1. So knight has to cover it, in e6, captures with knight, captures bishop, bishop captures the queen. So kinda Ding Liren, for a while he leaves his queen without cover here, and he knows that he has to. I don't know why he pushes this knight here. Well, it's the defender of this square, so you have to remove it, but in the same time you lose the queen here. So knight captures and bishop captures the queen, and then knight captures d8 the Shilong's queen, and rook captures d8, rook captures bishop, and bishop attacks the c pawn here. And now if we count the pieces, it's 2 rooks, knight and bishop against 2 rooks, knight, bishop and another bishop. And Shilong is up 1 pawn, but piece is piece. And rook to e1, just getting in the cover and rearranging the attack. And a3, pushing the pawn already in the a file, a3, and it's the only is threatening to capture this other pawn, and then after that the other pawn. And bishop to e3, attacking the knight here, so it's kind of removing the one attacker from attacking this pawn, since it's now controlled by the bishop. And knight goes to a4, knight captures b7, pawn, attacking the rook here, and rook d to b8, knight to c5, getting in the cover and forking this bishop and the knight, and knight goes to c3, attacking the rook, and rook goes in d2, rook to b2, knight captures e6, pawn captures, and rook to a1, just defending this pawn since it's attacked by the knight now, and you don't want this pawn to get into queen in square. c5, pushing the pawn, rook to f2, rook to c8, bishop to f4, rook to d8, just threatening to come here and try to make chances if it's possible to make the queen out of this pawn. It's the only chance for the black right now, since he's down a piece. But bishop goes now to a5, e5, and knight to d1, just getting in cover, capturing the rook now, and pawn captures, rook captures. And it was this position when Li Shilong resigned the game, since he cannot push this in the queen, since Ding would just capture it, and if he goes like this, it's possible, but then rook captures this pawn, and it's still Ding is still up a piece, and it's only one. It's 4 pawns for Li Shilong, and so it's completely winning for the white in the end game, and this cannot be captured since it's defended by a rook. And Ding Liren won this 2009 Chinese championship, and it was cool to see how Ding played when he was younger. And this match was between when they was like 2500 ELO rating, so Ding has gone up from that like 300 ELO points in 10 years, so it's nice to see how they played, and cool game, nice to watch. Chess is nice. Have a nice weekend. See you in the next video. Bye.